In the silence of the void, where time and space were indistinguishable, existence began with a single thought, a ripple in the eternal abyss. Before the land of Egypt rose from the waters of chaos, before humanity took its first breath, there was only none, the endless, swirling expanse of dark primordial waters. From this ocean of nothingness emerged the seed of creation, a spark that heralded the dawn of all things. This was the moment of Ra. Ra was not born in the traditional sense. He willed himself into existence, rising like a golden flame from the waters of none, casting the first light upon the world. In his brilliance, he brought with him the concept of order, a fragile yet powerful antidote to the chaos that surrounded him. At the moment of his ascension, Ra's form was radiant, his body glowed like molten gold. His eyes burned with the light of stars yet to be born, and his voice carried the echoes of eternity. Ra stood alone, but not for long. His creative force was boundless, and his first act was to name the elements around him, giving them life and purpose. He spoke the names of Shu, the god of air, and Tefnut, the goddess of moisture, and they sprang forth as his children. Through them, Ra established the first balance, the heavens above and the waters below. Shu and Tefnut, in turn, gave birth to Geb and Nut, the earth and sky, who would forever be entwined but separate, their love held apart to create the space where life would flourish. But Ra was not content with simply shaping the physical world. From his tears, humanity was born fragile, mortal beings who would look to him as their divine protector. His light became their beacon, his laws their guide. He watched over them with benevolence, but also with vigilance, for he understood the delicate balance between chaos and order. The heavens were now filled with Ra's brilliance as he ascended into the skies on his solar bark, a grand vessel that carried him across the horizon. Each day, Ra journeyed from east to west, bringing light and life to the world. And as the sun set, he descended into the underworld, where he faced the serpent Apophis, the embodiment of chaos, in an eternal battle. Each dawn was a testament to his victory, a reaffirmation that light would always return, no matter how dark the night. The gods revered Ra as the supreme ruler, the creator king. Yet, his power was not without challenge. As the eons passed, Ra's reign was tested not only by external threats, but by the shifting loyalty of the very beings he had brought into existence. The Duat was no ordinary realm, it was a labyrinth of shadows, secrets, and untamed forces, each more insidious than the last. As Ra's bark sailed the celestial Nile, its golden light pierced the thick darkness, illuminating horrors unimaginable. Yet, this light was not invincible. Each night, Ra's strength waned as Apophis, the embodiment of chaos, grew bolder. One fateful night, Apophis unleashed a tempest so fierce that the very stars trembled. The heavens roared with thunder, and colossal waves lashed at Ra's bark, threatening to capsize it. The serpent emerged, its scales shimmering like obsidian, and coiled itself around the vessel. Apophis spoke in a voice that resonated with malice. "Why persist, Ra? Every dawn you bring is another dusk, I claim. Let the cycle end. Rest, and I shall rule." But Ra did not falter. Summoning every ounce of his divine power, he raised the Eye of Ra, a blazing orb of pure solar energy. The serpent recoiled as the light burned its flesh, yet Apophis's laughter echoed, undeterred. "You cannot destroy me," Apophis hissed. "I am chaos. I am eternal." Ra's voice boomed like 1,000 suns exploding. "So long as there is order, chaos will know its place. And so long as I rise, you will fall." With a surge of divine might, Ra unleashed a beam of light that split the heavens, driving Apophis into the depths of the Duat. But even in retreat, the serpent whispered promises of his return. Ra's struggles were not confined to the Duat. In the waking world, the pantheon of gods gathered to witness the sun god's eternal plight. Seated on their golden thrones, they debated his role in the cosmic order. Horus, the falcon-headed god of kingship, spoke with reverence. "Ra carries the burden of creation upon his shoulders. Without his light, we are but shadows." But Set, The god of storms and deserts sneered. And yet, his light fades with every cycle. Is it not time for new leadership? Perhaps one who understands chaos better than order? The council erupted in heated argument, but Isis, the goddess of magic and wisdom, silenced them all with her piercing gaze. Ra's light is not his alone to bear. It is the essence of Ma'at, the balance we all swore to protect. If he falters, it is because we have failed him. Moved by her words, the gods pledged their support. They sent divine guardian Sobek, the crocodile god of protection, and Bastet, the lioness goddess of war, to aid Ra in his nightly battles. Far below the heavens, a humble farmer named Khepri knelt by the Nile, his hands clasped in prayer. His crops had withered, and his family faced starvation. Yet he did not pray for rain or riches. He prayed for the strength to endure. "Ra," he whispered, "you rise every day, though the night seeks to swallow you whole. Grant me the courage to rise with you." Unbeknownst to him, Ra heard his plea. Touched by the mortal's faith, the god sent a single beam of sunlight to warm Khepri's land. The farmer's crops began to flourish, and his gratitude became a hymn sung across Egypt. This moment of divine intervention was a reminder that Ra's light was not just a force of nature, it was hope incarnate. As millennia passed, Ra grew weary. The weight of eternity bore down on him, and Apophis grew stronger with each failed defeat. The serpent devised a plan to end the cycle once and for all. On the longest night of the year, he summoned his full strength, enlisting the spirits of the damned to attack Ra's bark. The night was darker than ever before. The stars vanished, and even Ma'at seemed to waver. Ra stood alone at the helm of his bark, his once radiant light dimmed to an ember. Apophis rose from the abyss, larger and more terrifying than ever, his maw wide enough to swallow the sun. But Ra did not despair. With a deep breath, he invoked the names of every god, mortal, and star that had ever existed. Their collective essence flowed into him, reigniting his light. As Apophis lunged, Ra unleashed a nova of energy so brilliant that it shattered the serpent's form into countless fragments. The duat trembled, and for the first time, silence reigned. Though Apophis was defeated, Ra knew the serpent would eventually return. Yet, he also knew that as long as there was life, there would be those who believed in the dawn. Ra's influence extended beyond the gods and the duat. His name became a symbol of resilience, guiding pharaohs in their quest for justice and inspiring mortals to persevere through hardship. Temples were erected in his honor, their golden obelisks piercing the heavens as a testament to his eternal reign. Even in modern times, Ra's story echoes in the hearts of humanity. His journey reminds us that light and darkness are inseparable forces, and that every dawn is a triumph over the night. As the golden sun rises each morning, its warmth whispers an eternal truth. Ra endures, and so do we. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the epic tale of Ra and his eternal battle against chaos. If you enjoyed the story, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button to explore more incredible myths and legends with us. Until next time, let the light guide you